Guys, our campaign results looks promising, but I think we need to refine the strategy.
If we refine it, then we will need extra funds. Can our finance cover it?
Oh guys, the budget is tight, but with the strong result, it might be justified.
From operation, more customers means higher production demands.
And that could require new hires. So HR needs to be involved too.
Sounds like every decision connects. This is exactly what managerial decision making is about.
So I want to explain about the definitions of decisions making. Decisions making is the process of identify problems and choosing the best alternative to resolve them. Sometimes managers are constantly required to make decisions, often under different conditions such as certainty, risk, and uncertainty. This shows that decisions making is not just about choosing, but it's also about analyzing the situations and making the best possible choice for the organizations. And when we're making a decisions, there is a different conditions, and I want to tell you 4 different conditions where we're making a decisions. The first one is certainty. What is certainty? Certainty is a complete information is available and outcomes are predictable. And the second is the risk. Risk is the outcome is not guaranteed, but probabilities can be estimated. And the third is uncertainty. This is the information is incomplete and outcomes are unpredictable. And the last one is ambiguity. Ambiguity is the situations are unclear, goals may not be well defined, and the solutions are not obvious. Understanding these conditions help managers choose the right approach in making effective decisions.
So right now I will explain about the decision making models. First, we have the classical models. These models assumes that managers are completely rational. They have all the information they need, they can list every possible alternative, and then choose the option that maximizes best results. It's very logical and structured, but in reality, it's a bit too idealistic because managers almost never have a perfect information or unlimited time. The second one is administrative model. This model is developed by Herbert Simmons. This model is more realistic than the classical model because it recognizes that manager faces limits, limited time, limited information, and limited brain power. Instead of searching for the perfect solution, they go for what called satisficing, choosing the first option that is good enough. It's practical, but sometimes many managers might miss out on better alternatives. And the last one is political model. This model says that decision making in an organization is not just about logic, but also about power and influence. Different managers or groups have different goals and interests, so decisions often come from the negotiation and compromise. But this reflects how organizations really work, but it can also lead to conflicts and outcome that doesn't fully satisfy everyone.
I will continue with the decision-making process and common biases. The process usually follows 6 steps. First, managers identify the problem. Second, they diagnose the causes by collecting information. Third, they develop several possible alternatives. Fourth, they select the best option after comparing costs, benefits, and risks. Fifth, they implement the decision, making sure resources and people are assigned properly. Finally, they evaluate the results and make adjustments if needed. Besides these steps, personal factors also influence decision making. For example, some managers have a high risk propensity and are willing to take bold risks, while others are more conservative. Intuition is also important, especially for experienced managers who can make decisions quickly, based on judgment and past experience. However, managers often face psychological biases. Confirmation bias makes them focus only on information that supports their opinion. Overconfidence bias happens when they are too sure about their judgment. Anchoring bias occurs when the first piece of information influences the final decision too much. In short, decision making is a structured process, but it is also affected by personal factors and biases. A good manager needs to be aware of these influences in order to make better choices.
Next, we're gonna talk about the advantages of group decision making. The first one is we have diverse ideas and perspective. Group members bring different experiences and viewpoints, improving creativity and solutions quality. The second one, we have more alternatives. Collectively, groups generate a broader range of potential solutions. And the third one is stronger commitment. Participation in the process fosters buy-in, which enhances implementation success. Next, the advantages of group decision making. We have the slower process. Coordinating discussions take longer than individual decisions. The second one is risk of conflicts. Diverse perspectives may clash, sometimes derailing progress. And the third one is groupthink. Desire from consensus can suppress dissenting opinion and reduce decision quality. Okay, next we're gonna talk about techniques for better group decision. The first one is brainstorming, which encourages idea generation without immediate evaluations. The second one is devil's advocate method, which is assigning one member to challenge assumption prevents groupthink. And the third one is electronic brainstorming, which is technologies like digital platforms or AI tools allows anonymous input, reducing bias and dominance issues.
Now we have into organizational structure and fundamental. Definition of organizational structure, the framework that defines reporting, relationship, work division, and coordination. And then there's a key elements. First, work specialization, defining tasks into works. Second, chain of commands, authority line from top to bottom. Third, span of control, number of subordinates per manager. And fourth is a centralization versus decentralization, is about where decisions are made. And the last or fifth is formalization, use of written rules and procedures. And the last, there's a point named authority concepts. First, line authority is about direct command over subordinates. Second, staff authority, advisory role, support. And the third is responsibility and accountability, is about obligation to perform and be answerable. And the last or fourth is delegation, is about passing authority to subordinates.
Okay, chapter 9, designs, contingency factor, and trends. First, functional. Functional, it means the group by expertise like marketing, accounting, and then auditor. People who have expertise in certain positions. And then divisional. Divisional means group by product. When we see in the BMFB Unila, we need sport divisional and then human divisional. So it means the group by product. Then matrix. Matrix combine both function and project. So, for example, employees report to managers. And then team base. Team base emphasize collaborations, breaking down, and encourage flexibility. And then network. Network means that organizations outsource some activities and stay connected, mainly through technology. Okay, let's jump into mechanistic and organistic. Mechanistic, it means the rigid, role-based, and textbook roles. For example, military and then governments, something that role-based and rigid. And then organistic, it means that flexible, and then adaptive, flexible, and teamwork based, fast changing environments. For example, startup or tech companies. Okay, thanks everyone. I think that's a good place to end our discussions. See you later.
Okay, thank you guys for the time. I will send the meeting note later for today.
Thank you all for your hard work.
Let's confirm the next meeting by email, okay?
Ooh, that sounds good. By the way, thank you for this productive session.
Alright, take care everyone. Bye.